So everything's expensive and you're wondering what to buy. Well, the stock market's still sort of on sale. It's been on sale for a little while, but we're a Pokemon investing slash Pokemon business channel. So we're not really going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Pokemon. So if you watched my video from the other day, it's quite obvious prismatic ETBs, they are on sale right now. They just got reprinted. That's a screaming buy. I don't care who you are. Yeah, it's still like $160 or $70 in ETB. GameStop had them for $150. That's still a buy. You'd be ludicrous if you don't think Prismatic is pretty much the best set from Scarlet and Violet era. It's got the highest set value. Sure, there's 151 in Destined Rivals, but they're all a toss-up. Let's be real here. Personally, I also think Ascended Heroes ETBs, they still seem pretty cheap. Last I've looked on those, they're selling for about $140. And, that's better than Prismatic. A lot of people have been saying that. And the RIP experience is better because you get God packs that are super expensive. A lot of the singles have continued to appreciate instead of depreciate over time. That's the pop and flop we usually get with Pokemon. And they actually have illustration rares, so it doesn't feel like you're getting punched in the face after you open a pack and you get a Pokeball or a Master Ball holo with Prismatic. Instead, with Ascended Heroes, you can still get illustration rares. And some of those illustration rares are still sweet cards. Top Pokemon with like Mimikyu, the SIRs, there's deep amount of SIRs with 2 Pikachus that are going crazy, Gengar going crazy, Dragonite, a Charizard. There's a lot of fan favorites in Ascended Heroes. But unfortunately, this isn't an Ascended Heroes glazing video. You can also wait for Ascended Heroes booster bundles to drop, but those are probably still going to be somewhere around 3x MSRP. Figure a booster pack's $11.50 a pack right now. You get 6 packs. You're looking at 66 minimum, 69 minimum. Giggity, nice. Is that going to fall with more booster packs coming with the bundles? Probably, but even at that, you're looking between $60 and $70. That's close to 2 to 3x MSRP. You can wait for the Prismatic SPC reprint if we ever even get one. I mean, that's been talked about for like 6 months now. The market price has dropped on these rumors. But even if that does happen, what are the odds you're going to get a lot? Because botters, scalpers, they're going to get them all. And if the market price does drop, how far do you think it's going to drop? So you can buy from these people, 200, 250, 300, who knows? Nobody knows how far it will drop. But that's really all we're going to glaze with Ascended Heroes at this point. We might glaze a little bit more Prismatic. So where do you put your money? Well, as we saw with 151, sets tending to go out of rotation get a small bump, depending on a number of things. The weaker sets aren't going to get as crazy of a bump. 151 just took off, 50 to 100%, blew past everything. You're probably not going to see that with every set, but you're going to see a small bump. And if you're an investor, you have some time for the next rotation because rotation's just happening this month in April. Lower end IRs and SIRs get a bump up. And if you have a budget, these are great because if you're spending $10, $20 on a card or $5 on a very low end illustration rare, because they're cheaper cards. So if it goes down $1 or $3, you're not losing a whole lot and your potential's a lot higher. So what are these sets rotating out next year so you can get ahead of the ball? Well, we have Temporal Forces. Temporal Forces is a meh set. You have the Ghastly, which is pumping right now. It might be a pretty good card. You have, I think Morty's Conviction is in there, and then some Paradox Pokemon that aren't that great. They would have been better if they left them as their normal forms, but a lot of people have also said Temporal Force is a sleeper set. Don't quote me on that one. That's rotating out. Twilight Masquerade, you got Greninja, a lot of beautiful arts. The Perrin and the Growlithe connecting art are in there, and they're starting to get pretty expensive. You have Shrouded Fable, which pretty much everybody shit on Shrouded Fable. You got the Persian and the Horsey, and I believe a Duskull, and they're actually moving up in price. I think they're anywhere between $40 and like $60 a card. But even that's not my favorite. But Shrouded Fable has been moving, and the odds of us getting any reprints pretty low. You have Stellar Crown, which the best card in there is a Squirtle and a Bulbasaur. IR, not that great. But now you have Surging Sparks and Prismatic Evolutions. Prismatic, Everybody already knows everything about Prismatic. There's really not a whole lot to talk about there. But Surging Sparks, you have the Pikachu, Latios, Latios, Milotic. There's a couple good cards in there. It's got a decent set value, and it's the second cheapest booster box on the market behind Perfect Order. That's it. Yes, Stellar Crown is more expensive. Temporal Forces, more expensive. Scarlet Violet Base, Paradox Rift, all more expensive than Surging Sparks. If you don't think Surging Sparks is a good buy right now, I don't know what to tell you. It is criminally undervalued and criminally underrated. And the ETBs are just about recovered from the reprint they got 4 to 6 months ago, which 4 to 6 months ago when they were $60 to $70 and nobody wanted them, I've been telling you to buy them. Same thing with Twilight Masquerade. Twilight Masquerade is in the exact same boat because those booster boxes are pretty expensive. I would not recommend buying those, but the ETBs are just about recovered now. So yeah, you should have bought them 4 months ago, but you could also still buy them now because they're going to rotate out in another year. And there's so many sets that are just coming out that still need reprints that it's almost like how much of this are they actually going to reprint? And if they do, how much is it going to affect it? But again, you only have a year left. So my target would be Twilight ETBs, Surging ETBs, Surging booster boxes, Prismatic ETBs, Ascended Heroes. And then if you're a singles person, like we mentioned, you can go to TCG Player and type in whatever set you want to look at, filter to the singles, go high to low or low to high, and just look. Look for your Gen 1 Pokemon. Look for great artworks and just see what you like. You might find a card that you want to collect, but at the same time, you might find a $5 illustration rare or a $25 special illustration rare, and you're like, that looks like a pretty solid card. That's something that, it rotates out in a year, it'll probably get a bump, and all will be good, Even if you look at some of the more expensive cards, they're probably going to get another bump when rotation comes, just because everybody knows, hey, this is the last time this stuff's getting printed. Rotation comes, normally means no more printing. If you're trying to say that block of sets isn't going to go up in the next year or 2 years, I don't know what to tell you. We've seen it with this block rotating out in the next couple days. We've seen it get a bump. We've seen the lower end cards bump. We've seen the higher end chase cards bump. We've seen the sealed bump. It's gonna happen. I can't guarantee how much or anything. Like I said, it's not gonna be a 151 where it goes up 100% and it just goes past everything. And no, it's not gonna happen like that. It shouldn't happen like that. Maybe Prismatic does because, Prismatic's unstoppable. It really is. It shot up to over $200 in ETB, and how much has Prismatic been printed? It has to be the most printed set in the Scarlet and Violet block. It really has to, because what else has been printed that much? Maybe the argument is 151, but if you can argue 151, then Prismatic's just going to be gone. Like next year, rotation this time, Prismatic is just going to be gone. Look at it. Look at 151. Look at what it's done. The Charizard went crazy. All the top hits from 151 went crazy. The sealed product went crazy. I would 100% expect Prismatic to do something very similar. And you have the God packs. You have the grading plays with Prismatic. You just have so much to go with Prismatic. I just can't recommend Prismatic, Surging Sparks, and Twilight Masquerade enough. Like, these are clear and obvious buys. Sure, it's an ETB for Twilight, and I would say for Surging Sparks, but they were reprinted 4 to 6 months ago, and you had all that time to buy them at $60, $70, $80. Why didn't you buy it? I've been preaching that, and if you're new to the channel, that's fair. We have a lot of new subscribers. If you're new to the channel, you didn't see the video, I'll cut you some slack. But if you've been here a while, like, why didn't you buy it? Or, even if you did buy it, there's Prismatic right there. It just got its reprint. You know what to do. You already did it before. You already know what to do. And then there's Surging Sparks, booster boxes. They are such a good buy. The set value is good. The chases are good. Pikachu, you can't go wrong with Pikachu unless it's Vivid Voltage. Let's be real here. But even Vivid Voltage booster boxes are pretty nice right now, except, the Pikachu's like $150. That kind of sucks. To be fair, if you are the singles guy that we talked about earlier, the Squirtle, The Bulbasaur from Stellar Crown, that's probably all I would touch for Stellar Crown. You know, I sold my Stellar Crown booster boxes, I think at 200 to 215, 225, somewhere around there. And I do actually have the PSA 10s, Squirtle and Bulbasaur. I think they're a good play. They're a good two cards to hold on to. PSA 10s, sure, the pop's high, but those are the true chases of that set. Temporal Forces, the Ghastly, and the Moria's Conviction, those are probably the two higher chase cards that I would target. Just they make sense. And PSA 10s, I'm sure, are pretty expensive because illustration rares don't grade well in Scarlet and Violet, at least early Scarlet and Violet. And they have that great grading potential. I mean, it's like depending on the card, it can be a 10x. I mean, look at the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. Like, just look at that. And by the way, that card is going up as well. So this is just more proof that as things go to rotate out, they start to get more expensive, both high end, low end, and sealed. That's all I got for you guys. You got this. You can do it. Whatever you like to do, singles, sealed, low end, high end, that's your goal. Go find something in this next block rotating out. Grab some. You know, you don't have to grab 1,000 of them. If you find a $10 illustration rare, buy 10 of them. That's $100. Buy 10 of them. And this time next year, you might be sitting pretty good. That's all I got for you guys. Like the video, smash that subscribe button. Bunch of links in the description of the video. Check out the website, join the email list, join the Discord. Welcome to Max Packs. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the next video.